Morning. It is the morning of my surgery. Got up at 6 so that I could drink a bunch of water. Not sure exactly when my cutoff time is for drinking clear fluids, whether that's before my the injection for my lymph nodes or if it's the surgery itself, but I thought I would drink a little bit of water before heading to the hospital. I check in at 8 o'clock this morning, and then I go to have this radioactive dye inserted into my lymph nodes so that they can see them and track them for when they're removing them. So I've got everything packed, just need to shower and get dressed, and then I will head into the hospital. Yeah, had an okay night's sleep. My cat woke me up a couple times, but that's normal. Yeah, so just gonna get ready and head to the hospital.
So I'm in the hospital now. This morning I came in and had this radioactive substance injected into my nipples. Awesome. It was 4 injections around the nipple, and that is to disperse the radioactive fluid throughout my lymph nodes, my lymphatic system. So that's why I had to come in at 8 in the morning, was to get that done because it takes a while for it to circulate. So I've been put into a room on the surgical floor because my surgery is not for another 5 hours. So it was nice that they gave me a room that I can kind of relax in. So this is where I'm at now, and next up will be surgery. So we'll check in later. It's 11:30, which means it's about 2 hours until my surgery. I've been killing time by watching some Netflix and YouTube. I just finished watching a movie called He's All That, which I guess is kind of like a reboot of the 90s movie She's All That. So I felt, since I am a 90s teenager, I was obliged to check out He's All That. It's what you would expect. But anyways, it killed 2 hours. So yeah, just got 2 more hours and I'll be on the operating table, or at least going into it. I'm starting to get a bit nervous. I'm trying to distract myself with videos so that I don't think about what's coming. But anyways, yeah. Good morning. It is the day after my surgery. I got into recovery and up into my room. I think I got into my room around 7:30 last night, so I missed dinner, but that was fine because I was not feeling great. Had some nausea, got some nausea medication. Had some pain, got some pain medication. My throat is still a little rough from the tubing, and my back, surprisingly, is hurting the most out of everything right now, and I think that's because I was laying down in a gurney before surgery and then on the table, and then I've just been in bed a lot. I do get some sharp pains every once in a while, a little bit in the incision area, mostly I think where the drains are. I have 2 drains, but overall it's not too bad. I've been keeping up on pain medication whenever they offer it to me, and just waiting to get some breakfast, and then they think I might be able to go home later this morning, so we shall see. All right, I'm going home. It is almost 11:15, the day after surgery. I'm just getting all my instructions, my home care kit, all of that stuff, and we'll pick up my prescriptions and head home. Hello, it is a week after my surgery, so today's Monday, September 6th.
I came home on the Tuesday, August 31st, and I'm going to be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a whole lot more pain than I was actually in. I started out taking a bit more of the heavy-duty painkillers, just more so out of, I think, fear of the pain rather than the actual pain I was feeling. So shortly after I got home, like a few days after, I just switched over to Tylenol, and then from there I haven't taken anything for the last couple days, except at nighttime. I'll take 2 extra strength Tylenol at night just to try and help with getting a good night's sleep. I'd have to say that the most uncomfortable part of all of this is the drains. They feel very odd and irritating. I have 2 drains. I can't lift my arm up like that. I've got 2 drains that are in this area here, which are attached to these collectors. This is actually I'm near the tail end. I'm going to get these out tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, because it's not actually pulling up that much fluid anymore. And I think you have to have over the course of 2 days, less than, I think, 30 from each one. So definitely been hitting that mark. So I expect tomorrow when I go to see the nurse at the clinic, in addition to having my dressing changed, that will be my 3rd time going into the clinic to see the nurse. I'm anticipating that they're going to take the drains out, which I think is going to make a world of difference in the amount of comfort I have. The actual incision area here, I'd say there is a discomfort. It's not like an outward pain, it's more of a pressure. And I found in the last couple days, just having even a shirt like this on and sort of touching the area was kind of irritating. Not painful, but irritating. It feels very warm. Not to touch or anything, and the incision looks great. There doesn't seem to be any sign of infection or problems whatsoever. It's just this constant warm feeling in that area. So I have a layer of staples going across, and then there's stitches inside that will dissolve on their own. Like I said, I've been to the nurse at the clinic 2 times so far to have my dressing changed. The first time I went in, I definitely was not ready to look down. It was very emotional for me, so I didn't really look. The second time I went in, I did sneak a glance down when the dressing came off. I've now looked at myself, with just the dressing on, but I hadn't looked at the skin and the staples and stuff. So the last visit to the nurse, I did do a quick glimpse down, and it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was maybe expecting it was going to be flat and tight kind of air, because it feels so tight there, but there's actually loose skin, which I'm assuming has to do with down the line for reconstruction, or just over time that will tighten up. I'm not sure, but yeah, had a brief little glance at it. It's still kind of hard to bring myself to look at that, but it's getting better every day. Yeah, I'm doing the physical therapy exercises. We got a little booklet, and they go over the exercises to do. It's simple stuff. It's like shrugging your shoulders and rolling your shoulders, front and back. I just did the opposite of what I said, and then stretching up like this. And what I'm feeling is right across here is a lot of tightness, and it's difficult to raise my arm kind of above this level right now. And then another exercise is contracting your shoulder blades. So it's kind of like beep, beep. You can't really see it, but hopefully you can visualize. You're pulling your shoulder blades in towards each other. So doing that every day, because you don't want this area here to stiffen up and lock up. I need to get my range of motion improved, because if I'm going to be doing radiation, I am going to need to have my arm over my head, which right now isn't a possibility. Yeah, so my day-to-day has been all right. It's mostly just been watching TV, getting up and walking, playing video games on my tablet, getting up and walking. My husband's been great about, you know, bringing me food and water, and every day I'm trying to do a little bit more. I'm not lifting anything, definitely not picking up anything, lifting that's too heavy, but trying to get a little bit more regular activity. I think when these drains come out, it's going to be like a whole new world for me, because they're kind of annoying, and that's where it's like certain positions or movements can pull on them, and that's when I get kind of like a sharp pain, like right there when I did the like fist pump motion. But yeah, so I think that will be a great improvement. Just an update on my previous video. I did a whole video on what to pack, what I was bringing to the hospital, what I had bought to prepare and to have at home for recovery. And I just want to start by saying everything I packed to take to the hospital, with the exception of the pack of Kleenex, useless. I did not use any of the stuff. It was just an added weight of carrying that bag around. Obviously the only things I did use were like a change, like my underwear, and clean socks, that kind of thing. But I would have been fine just going there with my regular purse, underwear, socks, Kleenex, cell phone, charger. That's it. Everything else didn't touch. Sorry. I had a tube down my throat, so even though now the sore throat is gone, I still have a bit of the cough. So yeah, I'd say pack light now upon going through with this. Pack light, and don't worry about everything else. The Kleenex came in handy because obviously, got a little emotional. The stuff at home that I have definitely been, the first few days, the mastectomy pillow I'm using quite frequently, and I use it every night, and mostly that's because my cat likes to lay on my chest, and that's kind of like every night we do that, and in the morning and stuff. So the pillow has been a cat deterrent from that, which breaks my heart. She's trying to get up there, and she's like tapping the pillow, and I'm like, sorry baby, no. So the mastectomy pillow was helpful. Even like it just slightly would take my arm off of where the drains are, so that would be helpful. Also just like something to hang on to and lean against. It's weird, but it's like a psychological thing. I just felt more secure. So I was using that quite frequently. Now I'm not using it throughout the day, but it was definitely good the first couple days, and at night I'm still using it. Same with the wedge pillow. I am using that. When I got home from the hospital and I tried to like lay back onto the wedge pillow, it was like instant zap of pain and tears. We ended up having to prop that pillow up even more, like so putting a body pillow underneath it and then put the wedge pillow in order to get me an angle that first night that I was comfortable with. I think I slept with it like that for 2 nights, and then I put it down onto its actual, like, so it's flush with the mattress, and I've been sleeping that way. I mean, really, it's like once you figure out your angles and how to shift your weight, can move around pretty well. So yeah, the wedge pillow, mastectomy pillow, the wipes and stuff like that were good just to, at first, because I couldn't shower at first, to wipe off some of the pink disinfectant stuff that's all over, they put all over you. As well, the shower seat, I'm sure I could stand in the shower, but I'm trying to, how my drains are being held up. I have dressing on still, so I don't want that to get wet. So trying to maneuver that would be difficult standing in the shower. So the shower seat was helpful, is helpful, in that I can just sit and, wet and wash and not have to worry about falling over. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the main stuff that that I bought that I'm using on a day-to-day basis, in addition to like the button-ups. Like I tried to put on like a camisole, which was on the list of things like button-up shirts and camisoles, like, but I couldn't even get the camisole on. I was like, abort, abort, I've made a mistake, and went back to button-ups. That's where I'm at right now, a week out. I still have a while until my post-op follow-up with the surgeon. That's not until October. I have a call with my oncologist in a couple weeks, actually less than 2 weeks now. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a call from the surgeon to like go over the pathology, like when the pathology comes in. They took 4 lymph nodes and obviously the breast as well. I saw in the operative report that they did require to take a sliver of my pectoral muscle because the breast tissue in an area where one of the tumors was sticking to the muscle. So he had to take out a sliver of the muscle as well, and that's been sent to pathology. So I'm not sure who is going to call me to tell me about this kind of stuff or tell me what the results are, but I'm assuming that's going to be coming soon, hopefully. That's like a big difference I've noticed in between like my chemotherapy time and the surgery time. I feel like chemotherapy was like a constant inflow of information, and surgery is kind of like not so much, you know? Yeah, I feel like I don't know when things are happening, what's happening, and where and when do we go from here. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to just focus on recovering right now, and hopefully in the next few weeks have more information, and we'll know about what phase 3 is. I'm assuming radiation, but definitely the pathology will help determine whether oral chemo is on the table. So yeah, anywho, that's where I'm at right now. Recovering well, and hoping in the next 2 weeks I'll have my drains out, I'll have my staples out, and just be working on, you know, getting stronger and getting more range of motion in my arm. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I will check back in with you guys in a few weeks once I have more information. Hopefully I'll have heard about the pathology results and have a clear plan on what's happening next. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out my previous videos. They track from the beginning of my diagnosis up until today. So if you want a little bit of backstory on where I've been, how I've gotten here, and the process in between, feel free to check out my other videos. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!